What's up guys, Cod Bag with another Clash Royale video. So, a few days ago I got a comment on one of my vids about how someone or something needed help with a few decks of theirs. And the decks they needed help with, damn it, I don't need you, Chop. They needed help with this Lava Hound deck and then this P.E.K.K.A deck. The P.E.K.K.A deck isn't that bad, but this Lava Hound deck really needs help. And I'll show you why, guys. So let's get into a match and I'll start talking about it. So the reason why this needs a lot of help is because of this. First off, my cards are extremely under level. So, I mean, I'm gonna be at a little disadvantage. But, second of all, I don't know why you're there. That was just stupid. He has no elixir for this. Now's the time to push. So it's going to be distracted there. I am against 11. There you go. The reason why this needs a lot of work is because it can't really take out anti-air too easily. I mean, you do have lightning, but I'm not talking about like Inferno or whatever. I'm talking about like Dragon, Executioner, etc. It's just the reason why I find this deck a little bit too on the bad side is because like you're pretty much relying on support rather than relying on like hard counters. If that makes any sense to you. He missed one. So I'm just going to miner here. He really doesn't have much for this. So now it's just open season for me. It does retarget to the miner. And those lava pops are just doing very big damage. But yeah. Because what I mean by this is that... There we go. And what I mean by that is... pretty much you push one side with Lava Hound and you have to save for lightning, but you don't really have enough for lightning because you already put elixir with minions and whatever. So it's really tough to do that push. You get my vibe? So there's that. And now he's pretty screwed. Like I don't have to do much. Now I can just lightning here. And there we go. That's a tower. So, I mean, this is why a lot of people use pumps in these kinds of decks. Is because with Lava Hound, if you see like an Executioner or a Night Witch or anything like that, you want to use that. And you want to use that extra elixir to make sure that push lives. Because the big issue I had with this deck, because I did play a few decks or a few games before this, is that I would make that huge push, but I would run out of elixir because I put like a mega minion behind it, and they would just really easily kill it. So that's a huge issue I have with this deck, is that when you do a big push, you have such a very little elixir advantage over them. So what I would do with this deck is I would definitely put elixir pump in it, because as a Lava Hound player, you definitely want to have enough elixir to counter anti-air units. So I would advise you to switch this deck to this. You definitely want to replace the Ice Spirit. Ice Spirit is non-needed. Tombstone in this case is actually pretty good, and I would definitely change Miner to... I'm not gonna lie, I would switch it to Balloon. Or I'm gonna change this deck because that's so generic. If you really want to screw people up at a really fun rate, you can actually replace Balloon. I wouldn't even mess with Balloon. I would just switch one Mega Minion or minions with like Night Witch, just so you get more air. If you really just want to try it out just for fun, I'm not saying it's going to do any good, but I'm just saying if you want to have fun and see it. But since you're barely at 4K, I think you said, I wouldn't expect you to either have a Night Witch or have a high level one. But anyways, moving away from that stuff, this is your generic Lavaloon deck. And this one's way better than the previous one because first off, you have Balloon. If Balloon makes it to the tower, it does 800 damage, almost 900. If you have a level 6 Balloon, it's like pretty much 1100 damage. Or at least 1k definitely. When it dies, it deals like 300, 400 damage and kills things if it's near it. And the reason why I say you need Pump is because if you're gonna do a big deck like this, you definitely want to have as much elixir as possible. These are used as support to protect this, and this is used to distract like hog riders, golems, and what else? RGs and stupid stuff like that. Arrows to counter minions, and then that to counter 3 muskies or whatever you want. So I'll show you why this is way better than the other one. So, compared to my other start here, I have a slightly better advantage here. So, I can just do this. I mean, that doesn't change much. But I'm actually going to tombstone right side. Mega Minion there to distract. If he doesn't counter that, that gets 2, maybe even 3 hits. So it looks like he has a Zap Bait deck. So he probably most likely has Rocket. So it's best to do Pump in middle. So it sucks because I don't have too much to kill this. But I do have Lightning. So it'll get 1 more hit and that's it. It does suck because it's a neutral elixir chain, or a neutral elixir. And this guy did a big misplay. He should have minored the Pump. The Pump is what's going to win me the game. That's why it's so crucial you have Pump. Because if this guy can't deal with Pump, he doesn't win. So Tombstone to pretty much protect me. And pretty much, even if they kill the Tombstone, they become distracted. And whatever. So now I have a huge elixir advantage. And I'm just going to let him take the tower. I do not care about the tower right now. The reason why is because by the time they get to that... I mean, look at my minion. Mega Minion. Look at this. Now I can balloon left side. I'm going to wait for now. There's that. As you saw there wasn't enough time to really get that big push going. You definitely want to support this, especially since he missed. Even if he does the left side Inferno, it's not going to help him too much. And now I just ballooned here. I arrow this, definitely. Look at that. Look at that. He can't really do anything here. Even if it targets that, it's still alive. It doesn't matter. Look at that. Now I can Lava Hound, middle lane. And now I can just mega faggot this up. And look at that. Even though I took a lot of damage on the right side, look at the balloon. I mean, I play like an idiot there, but that's why I say, dude, you need that pump. You need that balloon. Balloon does 1,000 damage every hit it does. Every death damage it does like 300, 400 damage. And then you have support, you have elixir, you have everything you need to just turn a terrible game like that, even though I play like an idiot, into a game that they can't even do anything really. And even if we took each other's towers at the right exact time, which probably would have happened, if you looked at that Mega Minion and Balloon at the top, there's only 700 health left. That's 2 lightnings, or if the Balloon made it, 1 lightning. That's why it's so crucial you do this deck instead. Because the old one is cycly and it's cool and it's fun, but pretty much it gets countered by so many cards like Night Witch. It gets countered by Executioner, Tornado even, that it's just not worth it. So use this deck instead of it. Definitely prioritize pump. Try and keep your towers alive. But if you have to sacrifice a lot of health for a big push like you saw, I would take the risk, because once this balloon makes it to the tower, once the support and all of this stuff gets there, they can't do anything. Like, especially at a 4K standpoint, many people just don't know how to counter this. So, I mean, yeah. But moving on to the other one. This deck I actually don't have too much of an issue with, but I would still recommend a few changes to just better it. So, I don't know. Okay, this guy's a mortar user. I don't know how you play this, but you definitely don't play P.E.K.K.A. like an idiot and extremely, extremely aggressive. So, I'm going to just battle ram here because that should get that hit. And even so, it still got... And I could just tornado this. This is why it's a great combo. Doesn't even get a swing. And look at that. Positive elixir trade. Couldn't even get anything. I'm going to do a weird push and minion and bandit this up. Oh, like, look at that. Even though it was only 1 swing or 1 hit or 1 charge hit, it's still great. I'm going to do something really weird here and distract that. So, I mean, that wasn't the best play. I could have just pecked there, but I still don't know if he has like a really big card set, you know? So, those are only 11, so they won't take damage. If they were like 1 level even with you, it's definitely worth it to do the tombstone. And now I know he's going to hog push, so get that executioner ready. Even if he hog pushes this, I can just drag it to the tower. Definitely use tornado to activate your king tower, because you definitely want to make sure you have that advantage. So I'm just going to tornado here because the charges do get there. And now I'm just going to battle ram here. This is where I'm saying that you really want to play reactive. And look at that. He does overcommit, and now I know his full deck. So P.E.K.K.A. here would be godly. By the time Wizard comes, he's not going to do too much at all. He does hit. That's dumb. Wow, that was dumb of me, honestly. That's a big issue with this deck. I'm not even lying. Because like, that's a big issue I have with the deck, is that you don't really have lightning to take out those, you know? If he's trying to do this, I don't know what he's doing. Boom. Wow, really? But that's pretty much how you want to play that deck. So I'm not even going to delete that part because I'm not a pussy pretty much. But that's how you want to play this deck, is you want to play more reactive. And as you saw, the big issue with this deck isn't that it's not strong. If I actually would have had the cards evened, I would have won. But that's not the point I'm trying to put through you. Because you have Executioner, there's no point in minions. So I would definitely switch up minions with Lightning. So that way, if they do put like a pump down, or if they do put like a 3 muskie down, or they put anything like that, that makes it value. That helps a lot. And then Tombstone, you don't need Tombstone either, honestly. What I would honestly switch it out for, let's see, what do I not have? I have Zap, I have that, I have that. I would personally switch Tombstone. Probably with Dark Goblin, to be honest. Just because it does so much for a low elixir cost. Or, if you have it, Night Witch would be great here. This deck is pretty much like the decimation of everything deck. And I'll show you why. So with this, you definitely want to see what he plays. He can do a pump, which then you can exploit it. He could do a lot of things. So he does do this. I don't know why. Now I can do this. That gains me a lot of value. And now, oh, I meant to do the stupid, that's whatever, I guess. Oof. Ooh. Even though I screwed up, that's going to get a lot of damage. Oh, God, it's so OP. I meant to do this because that would have gone so much value. So I'm actually going to Battle Ram here. So now it's distracted. Although it doesn't connect, that's a positive elixir trade, especially since he didn't counter that. And you probably realize this, but if I didn't take so much wizard damage the previous game, I would have won. So I actually think I won that. I'm actually going to go aggressive here because he hasn't played anything. I'm going to do Night Witch just in case he Skarmies it. And I have Zap, and he gave up. He legit just gave up. So I'll probably play another one after this. Like he just said, deuces. Yeah, okay. Okay, not the best example. Hey, man, we'll get a legendary. A legendary Sparky incoming. Watch, guys. Close enough. Alright, we'll play one more. So, yeah, you definitely want to play reactive. He, for some reason, thinks that's okay to hawk push like an idiot. I'm going to be very, very fun and do Night Witch. Since I have Zap, like, look how much damage is being dealt. Like, he doesn't really have anything, dude. Like, look at this. Even if he Skarmies it up, I mean, he can't do much, and that's a tower. He just invested so much into that he lost his tower. So, with this deck, play reactive. If you see a big push incoming that you can build that they can't really defend at all, then do it. But usually you don't want to, just because people build up like this. And then we could just zap that. I do have max zap, so that does make a huge difference. You want to activate the king tower, Because if you tornado to center, Hog doesn't get a single hit at all. So now we can do this. We can now bandit. So, really good trade. None of that gets any value. So, really, really, really good. So, there's not much you can do here. Like, he's pretty much a sitting duck that can't do anything because his legs got blown up from an RPG. So, now I can just build up with my Night Witch. You don't want a lightning straight away, like right away, just in case they do put something bigger. So like that would do it. Then you want to protect the bats and protect the Night Witch, so that way it gets way more value. So well played by him, well played by him. Definitely want to play Bandit because her dash does protect the tower. And honestly, there's no point in rushing anymore. Now even that's 500 damage. You just want to protect your tower. Because there's nothing this guy can do anymore. There's just nothing. Now I can just lightning this. And now I can just tornado. That dies. Doesn't get a single hit. And now I'm ready to push again. That's why it's so crazy. Now look at that bat. 98 damage, 98 damage, 98 damage, 98 damage. Just over and over and over again. And my Night Witch probably would have lived too. So, I mean, that's a deck I would advise you to switch. Just little tweaks like that would definitely put you overboard. I do know that my cards are they could be somewhat bigger than your card levels, but aside from that, that's all you really have to do. Make a beatdown deck. Lava Loon should get you there. But Lava Loon isn't used anymore because with the current metas, there's so much anti-air to the point where it's not even possible to run Lava Loon anymore. That's why Lava Loon went from number 1 probably meta a few months ago to one of the most unused metas nowadays. Because you just don't see it anymore. You just don't. And then the P.E.K.K.A. Control deck, as you saw, creamed each match. And they couldn't do anything. And I would have won the first game with the original deck, but I was stupid and missed one tile placement. But aside from that, your P.E.K.K.A. deck was good. This is way better just because you can push harder, push better, react better, and just win better, win harder, and pretty much win every match. And then with that, I wouldn't advise using Lava Hound and Miner because those metas haven't been used since what, like many months ago. But stick with this deck. Let me know how it treats you, man. And should get you there. Give me any more recommendations or decks you want me to try out. I'm happy to use them. I have every single card. And yeah. See you tomorrow because the challenge will be out. I hope it's not Mortar Challenge. God damn. But yeah. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned and see you the next time.